Hello and welcome to the latest instalment in my Bass Lick of the Week series. Before we dive into this week's line, please like the video, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. So this week's exercise is going to be played with the Plectrum, and we're going to be playing a kind of a rock bass groove that really uses the E blues scale. So before we do anything else, we're going to talk about the notes in the E blues scale. So we're going to have an E and a G, A, B flat, B, D, and octave E. It's essentially the E minor pentatonic scale, but with an added blue note, and the blue note is the flat 5, which is going to be that B flat. And if you want your lines to sound particularly bluesy, you're going to be using that flat 5 quite heavily. That's something that's going to happen in this line as well. Okay, so we're going to open up the first bar with this figure. So we're going to begin by playing a hammer on from the B flat, that's our blue note, into the B. We're then going to move across to the A string and play a D. Then across to the D string and play a G. Now, those 4 notes are played as 16th notes. And you're going to be crossing the strings quite a bit with the Plectrum here, which is one of the more challenging parts of this line. So downstroke on the first note, the B flat, then we have a hammer on. We move to the A string, downstroke on the D, but then it's an upstroke on that G. So downstroke on the A string, upstroke on the D string. This is not particularly difficult if you're an accomplished pick player, but if you're relatively new to playing with the Plectrum, that can be quite challenging to do. Once we've played that G, that's going to be tied across into the second beat, and then we're going to come back down onto the E. And then we've got this kind of lick just alternating between the E and the D. Moving into the second bar, we're going to carry on in the same way, and we've got a kind of a question and answer thing going on here. So the second bar is kind of a response to the first. So it begins in the same way with the lick. And then we've just got a quick, a simple phrase moving between the D and the E again. So bars 1 and 2 together sound like this. And you can probably hear what I mean there by a question and an answer. The second bar feels like a response to the first. Now the third bar of this exercise is going to be exactly the same as the first bar, and that means we can move now directly to the fourth bar and take a look at the fill that we're going to be playing here. This is relatively straightforward. We're going to open up, we're going to open up with the same figure, come back down onto that E as we did before, and then we're just going to play a descending blues scale lick. Classic kind of a rock bass groove thing. You've heard this a million times. So we're just coming down through the E blues scale, E, D, onto the E string, B, B flat, A, and G. Perfect ending to a rock bass line. Thanks for checking out the latest instalment in my Bass Lick of the Week series. If you'd like to download the PDF worksheet and audio files for this exercise, just click on the link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this lesson, please head over to basslinepublishing.com to check out my full range of video courses. Okay, I'll see you next week for another bass groove.